Salsas are the best thing ever. They make everything bad into everything good. You just put them on top of whatever and it's delightful. These are gonna be 3 really unique salsas that I don't think you've had before, but they're really tasty and really simple. So let's get started right now. Hey everybody, this is Dylan. I love salsa. I put it on everything when I've got it, but in order to have it, you've got to make it. So I'm going to show you 3 super interesting salsas because salsa is life. All 3 of these salsas have a little bit of balsamic vinegar in them, which is really cool. The first one is one of my favorites. It's got roasted tomatillo, poblano peppers, avocado, and a little bit of this golden balsamic vinegar. We're going to do another one that is with baked shiitake mushrooms. I know. What is he talking about, you're thinking? Shiitake mushroom salsa? That's not a thing. It is a thing. We're making it a thing. Let that shiitake go sometimes, you know? And then the third one is kind of like a bruschetta where we've got some sun-dried. We're using sun-dried tomatoes and basil and again, balsamic vinegar. So here we go. Let's get started with the first one. My favorite, we need to roast some tomatillos, and the tomatillos come in this cute little outfit here. We need to take off, give them a little scrub, throw them in the baking sheet, and we'll roast them at 375 for like 15-20 minutes. Then we've got one of my favorite peppers, the poblano. Just cut them in half and tear out the guts, set them face down on a little baking sheet here, and we're gonna put them in the broiler for a few minutes until they're nice and charred on top. Then we've got a beautiful red onion. Just skin it and then dice it real nice and fine, and we're gonna throw all this now into one bowl where we'll mix our whole salsa together. Then I've got some jalapenos here. Cut the top off, slice around the core to get the core out, and then we're gonna cut those pieces into little strips. Turn them around and then dice through them, throw them in the bowl, and that's the jalapenos. Throw in some garlic, looking good. Chop up a little cilantro. I just chop it like a wild man, as you can see there. A little lime, squeeze some lime in there. Now we've got our poblanos that we see how they're nice and burnt on top. I'm gonna throw them into some tin foil and close them up for like 10 minutes or so that they can steam and then the skins will come right off. Then we've got some avocado, but we want this to come out in one piece and then dice it up so that it's not all mashed up like guacamole, you know what I mean? Okay, back to our peppers. They've been sitting for a little bit, so now I can just take a fork and scrape all the charred stuff right off the pepper, and then just like we did the jalapenos, strip them, turn them, dice them, throw them in the bowl, and we're ready to go on those. Then we've got these beautiful tomatillos coming out of the oven. They are plump and ready to explode. Just cut through them. You don't have to be careful or anything. We just want them into nice bite-sized little pieces, and then throw those into the bowl with everything else. Oh, what's this? Golden balsamic. Who is this guy? Fancy pantsy. You can use regular balsamic too, whatever. And then throw in some pepper, mix it all up first, and then I like to throw in the avocado after so that it doesn't turn into a mushy mess, and you've got yourself a salsa. Oh, it looks so good. Let's get it in a bowl and taste it. Oh, pretty. Okay, let's try this baby. I've got some plain old corn tortillas here that I threw in the oven. I didn't even bother cutting them into chips or anything. I just break them up. Let's try this thing. It is delicious. This is one of my favorites. I love the roasted poblano and the tomatillo. What a delight. Let's set that aside and get on to number 2. All right, our next one is going to be with shiitake mushrooms. I've got 2 packages. I think you could probably get by with just one of these 4-ounce packages of shiitake mushrooms. I like to tug the stems off of these things, and then let's give them a rinse, and we're just going to bake them for a few minutes to get the juices flowing, you know what I mean? While the shiitakes are in the oven, let's cut up one little shallot and mince it right up, shall we? And if you don't have a shallot, don't worry too much. You could use any kind of onion that you like, a red onion, a yellow onion, whatever. Just chop. And then we'll squeeze a little bit of lime in there. And then it's time for a little bit of cilantro. Chop it up, throw it in. Oh my goodness, those mushrooms, look at them, just a sizzle. It's shiitake time, let's do it. Oh boy. All right, just chop these babies into strips and dice them up like we dice anything. Oh yeah, looking good. And then let's throw in a little bit of minced garlic, some dried thyme, a little bit of dried oregano, and some crushed red pepper, give it a little kick. And then throw in a little balsamic vinegar. I usually eyeball it, throw a little bit in, give it a stir, throw a little bit more in. I like to have a little bit so it marinates and just sits and absorbs all that delicious flavor. Oh, that looks delightful, my goodness. Oh, I am excited about this one. It looks so good. Can you imagine just sprinkling a little bit of this on top of whatever you're eating? I'm gonna throw it on a chip, but anyway. It's just like a nice shiitake pico. So good. What awesome flavors. Really, really tasty. If you don't have shiitakes for this one, you could use any kind of mushroom. Just bake it to get the juices flowing, chop it up, and you're ready to go. But boy, I love the texture and flavor of the shiitake. So have fun with that one, and let's get on to salsa number 3. Our third salsa we're gonna make using these Trader Joe's sun-dried tomatoes. It's really tough to find sun-dried tomatoes elsewhere that aren't just covered with salt and oil. This little bag from Trader Joe's is straight up sun-dried tomatoes and nothing else. So the first thing we're gonna do is empty out this little 3-ounce bag into a bowl, and we're gonna dump in some boiling water and just let these tomatoes sit for like 20 minutes to absorb some water and soften. All right, and when those are ready, just strain out the water. Save that water. It's nice for cooking if you want to use it as like a nice broth. And then just chop up these tomatoes. Now they're nice and soft, it should be real easy. And then throw them in a bowl. And we're gonna do some onion. You know, I like that onion and garlic. Chop up an onion nice and small. Get it in that bowl, and then we're gonna take some daylit dates. These are the pitted dates. Strip them lengthwise and then turn them and dice them up. They're gonna add some really nice sweetness to this salsa. You'll love it. And then we've got some fresh sweet basil. I would really recommend you use the fresh stuff, but you can get away with the dried. Dice it up nice and small, throw it in the bowl. That's gonna add some great flavor. Throw in a little balsamic vinegar, give it a nice stir, maybe add a little more balsamic. I just kind of eyeball it. And then this is kind of like a bruschetta, so we gotta get that lemon in there. So squeeze that lemon in. Do like a half a lemon at first. Taste it and see what you think. Oh, it smells so good. It smells so good. I can't wait to taste you, little tomato. Oh, I am excited to try this one. Salsa number 3, our sun-dried tomato. Oh yeah, let's do it. Oh, that is so good. I love the little bit of added sweetness from the dates, and of course the balsamic, the lemon, and the basil. It is so, so good. Those are really delicious sun-dried tomatoes. You want to try this one out for sure. None of these are really salsas that you would necessarily just dig into with a bowl of chips. They're more like things to put on your meals to make them, to give them some pizzazz. You know what I'm saying? I'm digging into them with chips. That's just because I needed a way to show you how delicious they are. These are 3 great salsas. Check out the recipes down below. Please try them out. Let me know what you think down below in the comments. We'll see you on the next video. Thanks so much for watching. Bye.